Welcome back and welcome to another round of this Let's Play. For starters, this time we're going to take a look at the most prominent characters of our country. Starting with... oh, actually no, we're not going to start with Halvor, we're going to start with IskaldDvale. Going to take a look at some of their traits. Not sure if this is something you care for, but me, I found this very interesting, and yeah. An idea of how the characters are and how to play them. Starting, you see their traits here. Has 4 in Dread, maximum loyalty, and actually pretty high here. 6 in management. Can be relied upon to provide solution in a time of crisis. Now, IskaldDvale here, he is followed by Mercenary Captain, which gives him a 10% discount of unique training costs and 10% bonus to cash gain from looting, which is pretty sweet. He's got a great commander trait. Can boast a proud legacy of decisive command in battle, reliable and effective, and this is true. He's also very brave. And Night Fighter, of course. This man can be relied upon to tell the truth, even when he would have a good reason to hide it. So he's loyal, he's trustworthy, and from Edinburgh he also gained the counter-spy trait. And he's shown the capability to oversee a security force after having successfully located and dealt with a foreign spy. He's also cruel and cunning, which says it's not a mistake when this man unleashes death most painful upon his foes. He's taking a liking to it. So here you see the Dread coming into part. He's kind of a brutal man who lacks justice. He doesn't really see the merit of justice, it is simply in the way of expedient rule. He is effective at night, same as Halvor here. He gains 2 command when fighting at night, instead of just 1. Mostly rational. Shown signs of being a most effective attacking commander, well that is true. And a wall taker. Gives him 1+ command when assaulting walls. And he can tell a tale. He lacks compassion, and he's not known to show any mercy or compassion to those he has defeated in battle. And a good manager is budding bureaucrat. And actually a rural expert, boasts a sound understanding of how he manages farming districts. So how to support many people with farming. And we're going to skip over the alcoholic trait and pretend it's not there, though it is there. Sadly. Now moving over to his counterpart, Halvor. And when I say counterpart, well, if you notice, it is quite a counterpart. He has 4 chivalry, he has 6, unless I'm seeing wrong here, in management, and he has 5 stars in command. Now if you see IskaldDvale here, he has 5 command stars, 4 dreads, and 6 in management. The only difference here is that they are... this guy's more loyal. Although this guy's loyalty is also very high, unquestioningly loyal, and an asset his people can always depend upon. Now I'm saying counterpart, not equals here, because they are... this guy's chivalrous, while IskaldDvale is dread, has dread. And Halvor has just as much chivalry as IskaldDvale has dread here. Now so some of his... first his retinue. He has a mercenary captain as well as a military engineer, which gives him 2+ command when assaulting walls, and there's the shield bearer, which I think makes him harder to kill. Important figures on the battlefield should never be left defenseless. Men like this one are there to either save him or die in his stead. Huh. Interesting. Interesting. How many hits? Yeah, 2+ hit points, yeah, true. Now to his actual traits. He is a great commander, just as IskaldDvale, and noble in battle. Never let it be said that this man will resort to cheap tactics to win a battle. It is beneath him now. He's also a risky attacker, as IskaldDvale is brave, he is risky here. And he is never one to shy away from a risky plan of attack. Perhaps the thrill of danger inspires him. Could be. And like IskaldDvale, this guy also has a farming knowledge. So they're both experts on agriculture and budding bureaucrats. So they can manage a town as well as managing an army. They are, in fact, I would say, the ideal generals of Norway. Everyone should strive to become Halvor or IskaldDvale's. And while Erik Storgård is an alcoholic. This is more of a social drinker. It keeps it a bit more in check, I guess. Also like this, he's like reserved. Doesn't let his emotions show, making him at least appear calm in crisis. And being calm in crisis, keeping your head cool, pretty good. And also 100% increase the cost to bribe. And while Erik Storgård, if you remember, lacked a sense of justice, this guy has a sense of justice. It's this man's sense of justice is evident when he speaks on matters both legal and moral. And he's also effective at night and a wall taker. Yeah. And I think that's it for him. And now I'm gonna move over to less prominent. Well, he is in fact our crown prince, next in line to be king, Mr. Ulfedin, and I do not like him at all, and I'm gonna show you why. Because management, severely lacking in reason and judgment, has a habit of unnerving seasoned opponents with his overly grisly ways. A born follower, this man has no notion of what leadership is about, and that is not something you want in a king. So here we start with things here. He's ignorant. He has a habit of annoying those around him with his lack of knowledge. This man's looks are lackluster, however you pronounce that, lackluster enough that he must compensate a little. He feels unappreciated, well, well, he is unappreciated. I do not appreciate him. And he's also royally extravagant. Spends with reckless abandon, not really considering where all of that money comes from at times. Idiot. Makes the lives of the people less bearable. He often humiliates peasants, simply out of spite. And this is our heir apparent, next leader of his people. Fuck no. And he will happily accept a drink at any time and often pursue one if it is not a hand. He's not like an alcoholic, like Storgård, sorry, but he's not. He's worse than Vikus here, and still prone to a few silly superstitious beliefs that he should probably have outgrown this trait called silly beliefs. And this is next in line, but luckily he is 48 years old, whereas our current king, I'm shown, is 40. I hope you will die before that guy, and we have our new crown prince, Britannia Håkonsson, who actually, oh, he's pretty good. He has gotten 7 in management. This is new, and it says that the peasantry and nobility admire this man's wisdom equally. He's in good health, talent with numbers, budding bureaucrat, admires technology. Only thing I do not like at all here is this trait, which decreases the chance of him having children, and that is kind of essential for someone who wishes to carry on the legacy. But that being said, I suspect the same of Magnus, that he may have inherited that from him, because, well, Magnus only has Burislav as a child. Prince Ulfedin adopted in the family, Grimtelling adopted into the family, Erik Storgård adopted into the family. None are actually his by blood, except Burislav, which I find interesting and slightly disturbing. Should we look at the king too? Yeah, we should look at the king. Management or authority, not very good, sorry. Decent command, and while that being said, that Haldor had 5 and Erik Storgård also had 5 in command, we both see them reach much higher than that, like Haldrovikus, because of his traits and night fighting, etc, etc. He can get up to 10 command stars, and that's simply awesome. But yes, let's take a look at our king. Aspiring commander with talent for command, noble in battle, night fighter, and superb administrator. He's a natural governor able to properly administrate the affairs of a powerful city-state. Very loyal, well he should be, this is your bloody kingdom. Disrespects prisoners, and this, oh, nice trait here, he has learned how to sack a conquered place effectively rather than mindlessly. 10% bonus to cash gain from looting and sacking villages, and that's pretty good, I would think. Espionage. He's taken an interest in the field of espionage, having recruited numerous spies and agents, which I will continue with. I think we need more spies. I'm gonna recruit more. Hard justice states that justice is about crime, and crime is about punishment. Thus, justice is about punishment. It's a bit undecided whether he wants to be chivalrous or, what do you say? Chivalrous or dreadful, I guess. And he's also followed by a tax farmer. Wow. If you are going to bleed the people dry, get someone else to be the face of your oppression. Yeah, well, smart I guess, but poor people. But they are Norwegians, they should be used to paying taxes. I mean, hello. It's all we do sometimes, I feel like. But I think that is that, and oh, actually, by the way, before I end this, I will be done soon, so if you're dreading this, well, it won't have to much longer, but finally, John Medved, the guy who was adopted by IskaldDvale, he is showing promise. He's 22 years old, but at the same time he has 6 management, pretty high loyalty, and also 5 command. I'm not going to his traits here because he's not really gained anything from being here. This is just his starting trait, and we will probably develop him further. The fact is that he's so young and he's so good. He's like same command as these guys, although if you add the bonuses they are much higher, but still. He shows promise, and I'm looking forward to see what he can do in the future. Now I'm done with the traits. I'm gonna tell you more about what kind of impact this will have, because see, IskaldDvale chivalrous and Erik Storgård dreadful, and I do not really play them differently. I use them in the same way, and that is gonna change now. With Erik Storgård, when I'm using him, I will do more dreadful actions, whereas when I'm playing with IskaldDvale, I will actually be more chivalrous, and chivalrous, or chivalry, is not something I'm very good at, if you have noticed. I tend to lean more towards the more dreadful parts. But now I will take into his traits, or take his traits into account, and I will actually use that in the way I use him, by playing him differently and taking different choices. Like, he will no longer execute prisoners, I don't think, while Erik Storgård, he just might execute them for the sake of watching some people suffer and die in front of him, which is his kind of, and his form of entertainment, I guess. But now that is done, and I think it's time we move on to the gameplay here. So this is how we're gonna start it. I'm gonna check how my spy's doing. He's here. He is on his way down here to keep an eye on the English king. However, I also want more spies down here. I want someone to keep an eye on the Baron's Alliance, as well as what do you call them? Baron's Line and Wales. So you're gonna train one more in Derry. You're gonna train one more in the Glasgow. Gonna train one more in Glasgow. Gonna train one more in Derry. Gonna send them both with the same ship. Not this one though, but another ship. And we're gonna send them down here.
Can you not tell?
And they're gonna like it. Yeah. Okay, and now it's time to move our troops in.
Yes, my king.
Well, first I'm gonna take a quick look at the situation here. Oh! There are assassins here, and we can assassinate them. John of Normandy or Augustine of Albrighton. I'm gonna take this guy so I won't have to pronounce his name ever again. Fail? No? Successful? Yes! We have now successfully assassinated a English assassin. Or maybe it was Irish. I don't know. I didn't remember. I don't quite remember. But anyway, yeah, the situation here is Trim, Erik Storgård, he could take Dublin now. These guys could just march there and take Dublin without a problem, because the army of English have moved out here. But the problem is, we take Dublin, we lose Trim, because this army will surely take Trim, or maybe these rebels will, I don't know. And taking back Trim will be much harder than taking a garrison in Dublin. So we're gonna have to stay in here until we are at a strength where we can strike back at these guys, take the English out, and that's that.
An honor.
We are actually gonna have to move around a bit here, because we have this army.
I'd welcome a trial by arms,
and also this army, and this captain is probably on his way for Cork or Tipperary. So we need Erik Storgård here to protect that area, pretty much.
An honor to serve, my lord.
So we're gonna move him here,
with honor,
where he might engage these guys, or pursue Captain Simond here.